Parenting is often portrayed as a joyful and a fulfilling experience. While that's true, there's another side that many parents struggle with in silence. Sleepless nights, emotional overwhelm, guilt, self-doubt, and the constant pressure to get it right can take a serious toll on mental health. Yet the society rarely acknowledges the struggle, leaving many parents feeling isolated, ashamed, or not good enough. Let's break the silence. If you ever felt exhausted, emotionally drained, or lost in your role as a parent, you're not alone. In this video, I'm going to explore some of the hidden struggles of parenthood and how to navigate them with self-compassion and support. Parenting is relentless. It's a 24/7 responsibility. There is little room for breaks, especially for single parents or those without strong support system. Maybe you feel constantly tired, or maybe you have moments where you snap and then feel guilty. Or you may struggle with self doubt, wondering, am I doing enough? This is parental burnout, which happens when the constant demand exceeds the parent's emotional, mental, and physical capacity. As an integrated psychotherapist, I see so many parents facing burnout, anxiety, and even past trauma that show up in their parenting. The good news is the feelings are normal and healing is possible with right support. And you should consider healing. Why? Because your child picks up on your emotion more than you realize. When you're stressed and anxious, they feel it. When you're calm and present, they feel that too. Research shows that a parent's mental well-being directly impacts a child's emotional development, sense of security, and even future relationships. I'm going to list few signs of parental burnout, guilt, loss of self, mental load, and parental triggers, and give you some self-help tips. Signs of parental burnout. Are you feeling emotionally detached from your child even though you love them? Are you having feelings of irritability, snapping at small things, or feeling numb? Or struggling with that sleepless nights or a sense of guilt or failure, feeling not good enough? Let me give you some self-help tips. Small self-care moments, even 5 to 10 minutes of mindful deep breathing or journaling or stepping outside can reset your nervous system. Another thing is asking for help. You don't have to do this alone. Lean on to friends, family, or support groups. Letting go of perfection is another big thing. Being a good enough parent is far better than striving for perfection. Are you struggling with that guilt? No matter how much you do, it can feel like you are never good enough. Modern parenting comes with immense pressure to be patient, to be emotionally present, to never yell, to provide opportunities, to balance work and home life flawlessly. It's impossible to meet every expectation, and yet, when we fall short, that guilt creeps in with a little voice in our head saying, I should be spending more quality time with my child. I lost my patience today. I'm a terrible parent. Another big common voice might be, other parents seem to have it all together. Why can't I? Am I messing up with my child's future? Is that little voice in your head too? So, some of the self-help tips here is to reframe that narrative. Instead of I failed, try I had a tough moment, but I'm learning. Instill that self-compassion inside you. Would you judge a friend for feeling exhausted? Treat yourself with same kindness. Every parent struggle, even if they don't show it. Social media is a highlight reel, not real life. Now, let me talk through that loss of self, the common question most of the parents have in their parenting journey. Who am I outside that parenthood? Many parents, especially mothers, struggle with that loss of identity after having children. Your life shifts completely, and suddenly your needs, your passion, your dreams often take a back seat. The hobbies, social life, or career ambition that once defined you may feel distant or irrelevant. This leads to a sense of emptiness or longing for who you need to be, like feeling disconnected from your partner or your friends, losing motivation for personal goals outside parenting, feeling guilty for wanting something more. If this resonates with you, here are a few self-healing tips. Rediscover small joys, like even 10 minutes of engaging in your old passion, like reading, dancing, painting, can reconnect you with your identity. Scheduling time for you, not just as a parent, but as a person. A coffee date alone, a short workout, or a journaling. These are the acts of self-preservation. And the choice is yours. And changing your mindset is a big thing. You're not losing yourself, you're evolving into a new version of you. Now I'm going to talk about that invisible way that every parent carries in their parenting journey, especially for those single mothers who carry on this decision making and planning frequently on a daily basis for their kids. Examples are remembering the doctor's appointment, school event, or meal planning and play dates, worrying about your child's emotional well-being, friendships, and development, managing the schedules, bills, groceries, and the household, all while juggling the work. If this resonates with you, then here are a few self-help tips. If you have a partner, communicate openly about the responsibilities. Parenting should be a shared effort, not an unspoken burden. If you're a single mother, then ask for support from a trusted friend or a colleague. Setting boundaries. You do not have to say yes to everything. It's okay to prioritize your own needs. And then mindful delegation. Let go of that control where you can. Your child's lunch doesn't have to be Pinterest worthy every day. Now, talking about the parental triggers, many parents don't realize how their own childhood wounds resurface when raising their children. If you have experienced neglect, criticism, or emotional unavailability, or strict discipline as a child, certain parenting moments may trigger that deep emotional responses. These are unresolved trauma in parenting. For example, overreacting to small behaviors because they remind you of how you're being treated. Feeling emotionally disconnected or avoidant when your child needs your comfort. Being overly controlling or struggling with trust because of past wounds. Feeling extreme guilt or anxiety when setting boundaries. If this resonates with you, then listen carefully. You need some inner child work. Recognize how your past influences your present reactions. And some therapeutic support, working with a therapist, engaging in self-healing practices. Why you have to do this? That will help you to create more self-awareness, noticing patterns without judgment, and choosing a different response. Parenting can be incredibly isolating, especially for those stay-at-home parents, single parents, or those without a strong social support. The transition from the active social life to spending most of the time with your child can be emotionally challenging. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything alone, even with a partner? That you no longer relate to friends who don't have kids? Exhausted by small talk and craving for that deep, meaningful connection? That parenting has made you lose connection with your own emotional needs? Then, here are a few tips. Seek community support. Parent groups, online forums, or even meeting like-minded parents in your area can help you. Deepening friendship. Find people, those who can hold space for both your joys and struggles. If loneliness is affecting your mental health, therapy can provide a safe space for expressing your feelings and also your healing. Parenting is beautiful, but a complex journey filled with highs and lows. The struggles you face do not mean that you're failing, but it tells you that you're human. If this resonates with you, let's continue the conversation. Join me for the upcoming healing sessions at Isborne, Cheltenham, in a calm workshop on the 15th of February 2025 for stress relief, nervous system regulation, and emotional balance. And also for another session, Luma Breath session on the 8th of March 2025 for deep emotional release, self-awareness, and clarity. For more details of those two sessions, check out the website of Isborne, Cheltenham. And let me know in the comments which hidden struggles resonate with you the most and what one thing you do to care for your mental health as a parent. Remember, you're enough, you're not alone, and you deserve support. Until next video, stay curious, stay healthy. Signing off, Devi Sundar.